What's up, everybody? Gridbot Guru here. What I'm going to end up doing today is talking a little bit about, during this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about what my plan is with Tomo. Okay, so Tomo chain, I'm not even familiar about this coin, but I like the way it looks right now. So some of you have been asking, oh, well, what do you look for? Well, here we go. This is a unique one that I'm going to end up kind of walking you through. So the first thing that I end up doing is, let me do it like this. The first thing I end up doing is I look for where we are. Okay, as you guys can see, we broke out way up here and then crashed down. Broke up to here and crashed down. So to me, this area, you can see we hit, came back down, hit again, came back down, hit, started to come back down, but then we catapulted through, we blasted through. Okay, so this is going to be an area of support. Okay, when we're up here, it's an area of support, but that support did not hold, so it came all the way back down. You can see that it tried several times to bust through, so it looks to me we have a potential of a good zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark that zone as an area of resistance. So right there's my area of resistance. Now here in a minute, you're going to understand why I think this is a unique one. Okay, so if we come back over, we're looking, we're like, okay, it's right here. Where's the next area that you're going to see? Oh, here's a green, it kind of busted through. Here's a green, it kind of busted through. It came up and it kind of held here, and then it went up. So I'm using over here, this came back down, hit, came back down. I'm using this as another area. Okay, so we have a couple different areas here. And then I'm also looking to see whether or not we have anything else below that, because to me, that doesn't look like a really strong area. It looks like one where people are kind of like, oh, I don't know I don't know if I really want to. Because as we continue, like right here, it's bouncing around, and it goes up, but then it smashes through that area. It comes back through, like there's a little resistance there. A little support, I guess, because we were coming back down. I had to kind of think about that. And then a little resistance right there, but it doesn't really hold very strong. So it comes back down, bounces around over here, and you're going to see it kind of, again, it looks to me like it's getting a little weaker in this area. It does come up, so technically we broke through it. I don't feel like it's a very strong area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this, but I'm also going to keep in mind and find one lower. And that one that is lower is going to be this one. Bounces up, bounces, continues up, bounces, comes back down. And yeah, we bust through it. And so we have one down here, it hits, comes back, and then we bust through that one and kind of come a little bit lower, but I'm liking this area as another zone. So I'm going to put another box here. And the reason why is because I want to make sure that I remember that area. So we have 3 zones here. And we have a couple different options, okay? First option is we can run a grid. Oh, and I am doing this on Pionex. So to kind of give you a backstory about Pionex, Pionex is an exchange, or it's an exchange that's tied in with Binance, and it has trading bots. Okay, it's got trading bots, and they're built in. So you have a grid bot, you have a reverse grid bot, you have several different ones. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up potentially running a reverse grid bot, okay, on this one. So we have a couple different things here. Let me get rid of these lines so we can just see the zones. The first thing that we're going to end up doing is kind of looking and kind of weighing out our possibilities. So we have one of 2 things. One is we can wait until it comes down here and potentially take a trade. Personally, again, not financial advice, just what I personally see, I don't see this area holding. So it's hit up here. It's got a couple red candles. To me, it looks like if it hits down here, it's going to keep going some. The other thing that I can see end up happening is we wait until down here and then open our trade. Okay, somewhere around in this area. However, that is just based on the candles. So what I like to do is now I come in and I bring in my other indicators. So I have an idea what might happen. Let's look at our other indicators. So my bottom indicator, to me, it looks like it is, I have a red dot. Okay. So that, to me, that's signaling, hey, you're probably going to want to go short on this. You're going to want to end up, it's going to probably go down. So I'm thinking, okay, it's probably going to end up going down. To me, it looks like this area is a good area that it might hit and then continue upward. So let's look at our next indicator. All right. So our next indicator is going to be our EMAs. So we have a couple that are starting to turn. We're looking for an X. Okay, we're looking for an X. That is going to indicate like a full on reversal. And what you will end up having is it will probably go down to here, if not maybe a little bit lower, and then come back up. Okay, so again, I'm going to run a reverse grid, or I'm going to try to run a reverse grid, potentially use a S2 or an S1 and let it ride down, hopefully. And then what we can do is we can catch it going back up as well. Again, this is not financial advice. So if you're out there and you're like, you know what, I have $800, I'm going to YOLO this, don't do it. Okay, only use money that you're willing to let sit for a while. More than likely, it will come back, but you also have coins that they just don't go anywhere. So be mindful of that if you are trading. All right. So that's a little bit about my thoughts on Tomo and USDT. So, like I said, if you are not part of our group, log in, sign up Pionex. There's a link below. There's a link on my YouTube channel. Get with us. Send me a DM. I'll help you get started. And really, realistically, if you're like, you know what, I'm not sure, I can get you started with $10. I could probably get you started with $5. Just to let you kind of play around. Look at some of my other videos. That way you can get a good idea and good knowledge of what's going on with that. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Send me a DM. I'll get you hooked up. Hope you guys have a great day. And I hope everyone stays green. All right. See you guys.